Now, last time we did this, we went with Capua, the peaceful one. It's actually... the peaceful path I always found to be a bit more challenging. But we're going for Tarentum. Then I can answer some questions I see in chat.
Caesar is at today's gladiator tournament and is unable to see you himself. He has asked me, his proconsul for Roma, to brief you on your next assignment. Now that you have proven your skills, you are to found a small city far south of Rome. To build the city to its desired size, you must provide more goods and services than you have achieved thus far. Plan carefully. Rome's Senate expects a good return on the starting money it has voted to give you. Your new province is rich in resources, but you will need to establish trade routes and export goods to earn all the funds that you will need. Make sure your citizens pay their taxes too. Your colony should include a dock so that it can trade overseas. Build the dock on the river with the flotsam, and make sure it has a warehouse nearby to store your exports and accept any imports. Trade ships will approach your dock when you have both opened a seaborne trade route and told your trade advisor to buy or sell one or more goods on that route. Like most buildings, the dock needs road access to labor. Caesar's expectations for you are not excessive. He will rate your performance in 5 categories: peace, prosperity, culture, favor, and overall population size. But the goals he has set you are rather low. Anything else asked of you should easily be within your power to provide. Caesar will be particularly pleased when you fulfill his requests promptly. Your new province is in lands that do not yet entirely respect Roman rule. Our old rivals, the Etruscans, might be a nuisance. Build the security features at your disposal to prevent these barbarians from becoming a real threat. You can build defensive structures and create a legion to fight the enemy.
Yeah, it helps when I properly unmute myself before I start talking. I know everything there is to know about defensive structures, so I'm not going to listen to the console for the rest of that. Looking around here, we've got plenty of fertile plain around here. The flotsam is going to carry along around here, and this seems like some pretty good building space, so we're just going to get to it. Checking out the empire here, we can trade for pottery, furniture, and we can sell weapons. We can also sell wine. That's kind of good to know. And the stuff available to us right now from the get-go. Okay, so we cannot produce pottery, which is, well, super important for getting... yeah, if we want to get above small casa, we're going to need more to get some pottery on the go. So I set wages pretty high from the get-go. I'm going to eliminate taxes, because there's no point. That'll keep everyone happy, despite the immense amount of... unemployment I'm about to put them through, and I'm also going to drop my salary below expectations because that's going to make Caesar like me a bit more. It's little tricks like this that keep you afloat in this industry. So what am I even going to do here? Well, I'm just going to set up the framework ahead of time, so I'm going to bring speed all the way down to nothing. And I don't want to destroy all the trees because I will want to set up some industry that involves chopping them down. I can set up timber yards as long as there is at least one tile of tree next to me. I can even delete that tree later on. That's the great laugh of it all. But I also need to establish an army on the go, and the target population is 2,500. Even though the prosperity is so low, I think I could do this with just large tents and I would be okay. But I'm above that. I want to get at least a bunch of casas on the go. So what am I going to do here? I'm a big fan of the figure of 8 formation when I'm doing this. Let's just kill all of this. I don't think we're... What are we even playing on difficulty-wise? Hard mode? Good. Wouldn't have it any other way. So. We have all this place for building up our... It's tricky. There's not many tools to place things down ahead of time. Planning tools, really. And if I start building things too quickly, then they are going to tick up with their destruction. Still, I'm going to set you up right about... a couple of ways I can do this, but I think I'll set you up there. That way you can come down like so. Bit ugly, but we'll go with it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then what'll I have you do? I'm not even sure yet. I'm just going to throw this out here and figure it out as we go along. So there's the thing about this game. You can sit down and plan your city for hours and hours, but I'm just going to do my best to do things on the fly here with minimal planning. Space in the middle. 1, 2. Yeah. Looks ugly as sin. Let's just get a whole bunch of people on the go here, like so. And what I think is also important is that I'm going to set up some people here as well. Yeah, right there. Might seem a little odd, but that's what I'm going to do. Maybe a few more later on. I'll explain what I'm doing a bit better later on, maybe. Hey Jake, I normally use garden tiles as planning tools. Yeah, but money is limited early on, and I don't want to cheese it. There are many ways to cheese this game, I don't want to do too many of them. What side is better to get water from? This is going to be a bit ugly for my people, they're not going to like living next to it, but that's alright, I'm confident we're going to get plenty of money on the go. Always important to get engineers up and on the go at the very start, and prefectures I want 2 of, at least. Because like I said, we get lots of lots of fires, lots of fire hazards when there are only tents on the go. So to make up for this extremely ugly aqueduct right here, I'm going to build all my temples, since temples increase desirability nearby. Not sure to what extent there's a point of me explaining all the mechanics in the game, I guess I'll just do what feels right. Jake not wanting to cheese a game, sacrilege. Well, I've already broken this game in so many ways that I kind of want to play fair now. So just small tents will suffice for now. I want to get trade up and on the go first. I also really want to get food on the go. It's going to be a bit inefficient, but what you going to do? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is 8 a good number? Not even sure. 10 is a good number if I want to feed everyone here. But 9 will be okay. 1 wheat farm in this kind of terrain will feed, I think, 320 people. That sounds about right in my head. So that's what we'll believe. Now, getting back to that fire thing, these are going to spike up really quickly. But the part of my design here is I love using figure of 8s in this game, because walkers are stupid. They just walk along a path, and when they see an intersection, there is an algorithm to the choice that they make, but for all intents and purposes, it's random, at least for me. So at least with a figure of 8, they're almost always going to cover all of this. And that works out just fine for me. Yeah, get things sped up. Apparently hunger is halting immigrants. That's not entirely true. Let's get more immigrants. That's the way to do things. I don't need much space for services here, because they're not going to be very high level buildings, so they don't need very many services. But I'm thinking I shall become the captain of industry around here, and this place seems like a good enough area to be doing that, so let's haul off a road right here, because there's going to be a dock right there, which comes out by 1, 2, and then Pushing. It's going to need an engineer's post. It's going to need a prefecture. And then it's going to need some timber yards. A 1, a 2 should suffice. Workshops for them as well. We're going all furniture here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need a warehouse to store them all, and I'm going to make sure this warehouse only takes furniture. You know, I completely forgot. Who buys our furniture? Okay, you buy it. You buy only furniture. Well, that's fine. You'll make us plenty of money. Let's get a dock up and on the go. And our people are probably very thirsty, so let's start giving them fountains. I'm not playing this all that great at the moment. At the moment sounds a bit of a cop-out there. I can't remember the range on these actually. Is it 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to assume 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Man, I'm good. Sometimes I am almost too good. Now, I wait quite a bit before getting my markets up and on the go, even though my people here are starving. Oh, I also want to... I want these to merge together. Buildings that merge together are just a lot better. I'll go into why later. Jake, I think chat needs to be moved up a little. That's just a problem with doing this in full screen as I do. There we go, they've merged. Let's kill that. Okay, I feel comfortable in getting my markets on the go. I feel a bit more comfortable if this engineer post was there instead, because it's kind of getting in the way. There is a slight risk that my engineers will go exactly where I don't want them to, but that's just the risk we're taking. And these people are not really liking where they live, so I'm going to give them plaza because I'm a nice guy. I'm also going to stick some gardens up the middle because there's no service things I can put around here. I'm also going to bring a doctor in because it's something I forget sometimes when I come back to the game after a while. And when health is poor, everything goes Pete Tong, really. Smack a fountain down just exclusively for these guys. They can even have some gardens because, like I said, I'm a nice guy. So Venice is still happy. Venus, rather. They're all exalted, in fact. That's going to change when my place really builds up. So we've hit the stance of small hovel, which means they want entertainment. A single theatre will do them wonders, really. Theatres are actually attractive places to be nearby. And I'm going to set up an actor colony way out in the boonies. Because it doesn't matter, they're going to make a beeline for that anyway. They're going to evolve into large castles, which means they need education, a library. We'll foot the bill for that. And soon we'll get plenty of furniture on the go. Could probably do with more furniture on the go, to be honest. Let's get another timber yard going. And one raw material place can get 2 workshops on the go. So, furniture 1, furniture 2. There we go. We got casas left and right, and this is what we're looking for. We're going to get some more gardens on the go just to keep people happy, and I'm going to get rid of any undesirables, the people living in the tents, because I don't like them, and it's as simple as that. So there we go. Everybody is super happy. Everybody is fed. These guys still aren't happy. Why? Because they don't get library access. Now we can use one of the overlays, education, library. I don't think my librarian is actually heading down here, which is a problem. Let's watch and see where he goes. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the range on that one. Well, I could reposition it, or I could just build a school right there. I'm not really bothered, but the school will almost certainly give them what they want. I'll even give them a touch of plaza, because like I said, I'm a nice guy. Jake, watch out for the army on the way. Trust me, I can deal with that army. Are we going to use Stronghold Bakery burning strats in Rome? The only thing you can do that's similar to that is using the Lion Tamers and the Gladiators. And I've already done that before. I don't like retreading on old ground. So let's eliminate those little tents because I don't like them. We're going to open up a trade route with these guys that buy our furniture. They buy quite a lot of our furniture right here. So we'll give them export over... I don't know, do I want pottery? I think I want pottery. We'll export over 8 units. I also really want to get pottery on the go, so I'm going to have to... Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to open up trade route with you. We'll get pottery on the go sooner or later. go. This is super successful. It's almost too successful. I want some more plebs are needed, and they're needed right here. Now I like to build my housing blocks really so that they have houses on the outside. Because the way labour works is that you have a guy like this guy.
Have you seen how high unemployment is here?
I've seen it and I don't care. He emerges from one of these buildings to go out and collect labour, and whenever he walks past a housing building, he will collect labour from it. Generally just walking past a little bit would be okay, so people like to set up like a little tent community next to their buildings, but I hate having tents on my map. It just feels like the game is saying you don't play well enough because you have tents. And I also really don't like using the square formation. Okay, there we go. Individual tents. Don't like you, you gotta go. Do I really want to build them up so much? Ah, well. Okay, the enemies are apparently closing in. We'll give this some thought later on. Which means I need to start setting up military. That really speaks my language, so I haven't really put much thought into this, but what I really need to put some thought into is keeping the gods happy. So, just going to spam temples because we don't currently have access to marble to make oracles, or large temples for that matter. These guys are going to need an engineer post and a prefecture just to stop it from burning down. I think one small temple will keep the gods happy at 750 population. So for this one I shouldn't need more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 small temples for each of them. I'm also going to build a barracks. There is a trick where you can build multiple barrackses like that, but I'm not cheesing the game, so one will have to do. And once I get a bit of money on the go, we'll get some forts on the go as well. I feel like we should be making some money at this stage, so I'm even going to set up a forum, and I'm going to make the taxes non-zero. So, let's see, my clerk salary should be... Nah, I should be getting an engineer's salary at this point. No, I am an engineer, so clerk is fine. Yeah, let's get some taxes on the go. You can usually be fine at 7 or 8, they're both A-OK. No real point going over that at the moment, because like I say, I pay people way above the average, and I'll keep them nice and happy. Good way to check that is right here. The people love you. That's what we're talking about. These guys don't love me because they don't have food, but they will when the marketplaces finally reach them. There we go. Plip, plip, and plop. Yeah. Everything is good. Everything is great. Except I don't have an army. I'm going to be working on that. And food production is a little slow, but it'll stay the course. It's just because there was a sudden influx of people, and honestly I didn't have much built up ahead of time. Jake, unemployment can be resolved by depopulation. I'm actually in two minds about how to deal with that at the moment, because I could do many things, to be honest. Okay, I want a single bunch of javelined guys. Might as well have them nearby so they can defend us. And what's going to happen is the barracks is going to train folks for me. Apparently I have poor access to employees, but nah, they'll be fine. Trust me. These guys are not military. They're not trained at the academy. So let's fix that. Going to establish one right there. It'll also soak up a bit of the unemployment because it employs a staggering 20 people. Really, everything is good to go. But this is only the first real mission. It isn't tricky. It's quite the opposite of tricky. To the point where I think I might just blitz through it as quickly as I can. Yeah, why not? Why not indeed? So, there we go. Doing just great on the money front. Now the exports of... Here we go.
Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable.
Our furniture is being exported for ridiculous amounts of dosh. We have an army. Might as well make a bigger army. Javelineers suck at close combat, but they are good at projectiles. Cavalry also suck at close combat, funnily enough, but they are fast. So let's say we had the barbarians suddenly pop up here, they'd be able to react extremely quickly. And the population continues to grow. I'm wondering if I want to build another What do I want to do here? Yeah, I could just build more houses. Plus I want to have some battle, that would be quite nice. But this is a lovely steady city and it'll hold for ages to come. Well, these guys would be a bit happier if the real estate value went up a notch, so let's give them a couple of statues. Now there's a big difference between this, which is 4 casas merged into one, and this, which is a single casa, or for example here, 4 individual casas. If I started giving them pottery and furniture and stuff, it would break at the same rate that this would, and this holds 4 times as many people, so you always want your little buildings to merge into 2x2s. That becomes less of a thing when you go further into the game and you start getting buildings that merge together at high levels anyway. At large, insulae and better, they will always merge together, so you don't have to worry too much about it. So the furniture export industry is thriving. These guys that come by land actually want to either sell me pottery or sell me furniture, or buy weapons from me. I'm not actually making weapons because we don't need them. Weapons would allow us to create the best unit, the legionaries. But we have no need for them currently. Making plenty of money, our population is fine. Really, I should honestly just finish this. Get ourselves a little ship bridge here so we can have a nice little farming community over here. It'll be cute. I'm not even going to put much thought into it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There we go. And I don't know, get a granary right here. Is that the right place to put it, I wonder? Nah, maybe there's better. Can't actually build on roads. Now I'm just doing this on a whim. I love things that can be done on whim. And, gee, I don't even know. That's what I love about city builders. That's what I love about this city builder. We'll set up a reservoir as well. Because you got to think what people need. They need water, they need food, they need jobs. Get them all that, they'll be good for life. Now we have plenty of money, so I can even plaza this whole thing up. And they're also going to be a little upset with me. Okay, Caesar apparently wants a bunch of vines from me. I'm not sure if it's even going to be necessary, but I may as well. So we'll quickly set us up a warehouse. I'll make sure it only takes in the vines. I'm all about having 1 or 2 uses in each of my warehouses. And then a couple of vineries. Is there a special word for those? God, I love this game so much. Should be illegal to love it as much as I do. I made a mistake there. Oh well. It's alright, we're rolling in money. Maybe not though, we've only got 3,000 or so, but for this mission at least this can be considered rolling in money. Okay, this is worthy of our attention. We'll finish off our crappy little building here. And where are the barbarians? Okay, they're on their way. Well, let's go and culturally enrich them. You don't really get a real army, you just get auxiliaries. Engage. Nothing to it. But then if you dilly-dallied around with your economy and hadn't actually built these guys up, they would have come along and just trashed my city. Prefectures can save the day, but that's not really what you want to be relying on. Don't want to favour any god over the other, so if I build an extra Ceres temple, may as well eliminate one of the others. Let's give them a school, and we'll even give them a doctor. And a theatre. You don't actually need an actors' colony for theatre. It helps, but if you just want to get them up to the bare minimum in terms of buildings, a theatre will do just fine. Now, if you have any questions at all about the game, don't hesitate to ask me, because I like to think I know plenty about it. This is a horrifically inefficient building block, but it is what it is. It's all we need. The Emperor wanted his vines, he can have his vines, and if we look at this right here, all we need is, well, just a bit of culture and we're fine. And an academy will apparently sort that out. There we go. Never did like the culture part of this game. Culture comes down to, if I'm not mistaken, the number of schools, number of libraries, number of academies, and theatres you have in relation to your total population. So you should just spam them towards the end to get my victory. More elegant city builders can build them quite neatly throughout the city, but really the culture requirement, if you're an efficient builder, demands a lot more of these than your city does itself.
The Etruscans will not threaten Tarentum again. Well done. It is the rare governor who can balance city building and combat. Now let us see if you can repeat your success. Or was that just luck?
Listen, everything I do in my life, Caesar, comes down to luck. So last time